Hello beautiful people, alhamdulillah, it's a beautiful week and another Wednesday again. Not to feel you missed it, this is Afak Online Radio and you're listening to your favorite talk show, Muslimah's World with Beebah. And I am your humble and beautiful host, Beebah. And humbly welcome you all with the most beautiful words of peace saying, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On today's edition, I've got something interesting to fill you all up with. But before I dive into that, I would like to give a quick reminder on Zikr that says remembrance of Allah. So, on this edition on Zikr, I'll be giving a short but beautiful dua. It actually seems little, but it's a powerful one. Trust me. This dua I'm about to unveil was actually supplicated by Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam when he was thrown into the fire by the idolaters. And at that point, Angel Jibril asked him if he needed his help. But Prophet Ibrahim declined and said, Allah alone is sufficient for me, and He alone is the best disposer of affairs. And indeed, the fire had no effect on him. Allahu Akbar. And also during the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, during the battle of Badr when the enemies were about to attack, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam supplicated with the people, that is the believers, and they said, Allah alone is sufficient for us, and He alone is the best disposer of affairs for us. And indeed, they became victorious over the enemies. MashaAllah. And this dua in Arabic is Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. Wow, it sounds so little, right? But indeed, it's a powerful and effective dua. Definitely Allah alone is sufficient for us. You see, there's this Yoruba saying that ẹni tó bá bọ́lọ́run dúró kì í pàdánù kì í pòfo. That is, whoever stands with Allah would never be forsaken, because He alone is sufficient for you and me. Like when you're sincere with what you're doing, Allah would never leave you, neither would He forsake you. It's the whole all-sufficient one, is the self-subsistent, is the He has been existing before we are existing. So what exactly do we need? Nothing but Him alone in all we do. So my dear sisters in Islam, let's try to keep this dua in mind. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. Sadaqallahu Maulana al-Azim. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. Indeed, Allah is sufficient for us. Inshallah, today I'll be dishing out the nourishing diet for the soul for this edition, but that will definitely be after the break. So please do me a favor of sticking to your devices. We'll be with you shortly after the break. Alhamdulillah, welcome back on board. It's still Afak Online Radio, your number one radio for the society, and you're listening to Muslimah's World with Beebah. Your host, which I am, still remains a humble self, Beebah. MashaAllah. Inshallah, revealing today's topic. It's actually something very crucial to our personal and daily activities. Normally, as Muslims, the basic teachings of our religion is peace. Islam encourages peace, love, and unity. As Muslims, it's actually priority to promote love and peace wherever we are. There should be a bond of togetherness and respect, irrespective of tribe, status, skin color, or whatsoever. There should be no discrimination, false judging of people, or hostility. You don't have to be hostile, instead, be humble to everyone. Rasulullah portrayed the religion with a good character. That's why people were impressed and willing to practice the religion. Be a polite model and associate humbly with people. That would motivate them instead. You don't have to be harsh. That actually coins out the topic for this edition, which is social interaction in Islam. As Muslims, cautious social relations with Allah's creation while avoiding all acts of disobedience to Him as a sign of Allah's excessive generosity with His bondsman. Whoever is sincere and humble before Allah in his innermost being will have good social interaction externally. It happens naturally. Sincerity matters most in anything you do at all. Please be sincere. And Alhamdulillah, Allah actually blessed us with ease in the deen. Having the self-respect for ourselves too is necessary. The way and manner you actually portray yourself is the way you will be addressed. Islam teaches us good personal hygiene, keeping up with cleanliness at all times, and also taking proper care of ourselves. It's also necessary we present ourselves in a good manner too. A quick flashback to the first edition actually spoke about self-confidence, and I emphasized on showing love to ourselves like it is necessary. Showing love to ourselves, having the self-respect for ourselves, and most importantly, we should be good to ourselves. That encourages us to be good to others too. It is said that love your neighbors as you love yourself. So please, if you know love yourself, how you want to show love to others? Like, I don't understand. Like, if you know show love to yourself, you maybe say you get yourself, you know show love, you don't even show love to yourself. You know it's going to be difficult expressing the love to people. So you matter too. Be good to yourself, then be good to others. Treat someone who is older than you as you would treat your mother or father. Someone who is younger as you would treat a son or daughter. Treat your peer as you would treat a sister or brother. Do not abandon what you know to be certain within yourself for something heard from other people which you doubt. Be gentle when you enjoy good, and be compassionate when you forbid evil. So talking about social interaction, it actually differs as a result of culture, norm, values, traditions, customs, and formalities. The social manner in which one interacts with others is a sign of her faith in Allah. As Muslims, we follow the guidelines in the Quran and Sunnah about the social interaction in Islam. The Quran outlines essential components of all relationships between people. These include respect, honesty, kindness, tolerance, self-respect, patience, and forgiveness. In Islam, that is the Islamic perspective of general rules concerning social interaction with people, are as follows. That is, I'll be given guidelines on how to relate with people prior to Islam teaches. That is the social interactions applicable to muslimas. First is interaction with our parents. Aside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, parents are the most important. They are the ones that brought you to earth, feed, cover your body with clothes, and put a roof above your head. You should be dutiful to your parents. Be kind to them. Whatever good deed you do towards your parents will come back to you, and it will be used as a shield against hellfire. Next is interaction with the elderly. The noble Prophet ﷺ told us to respect the elderly and honor them. He said, one who recognizes the virtue of an elder person and honors him for his age, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should protect him from the fear of the day of judgment. MashaAllah. So next is interaction with neighbors. Yes, our neighbors. There are 3 kinds of neighbors, said Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. First, the ones with 3 rights: the right of Islam, the right of relationship, and the right of neighborhood. Second is the ones with 2 rights, that is, the right of Islam and the right of neighborhood. Then the third one is the ones with just 1 right, that is, the non-Muslims who has the right of neighborhood. The Prophet Muhammad said, the best neighborly act is to be trustworthy to those who are your neighbors. So it's necessary to be good to our neighbors, irrespective of tribe or whatsoever. Be good to them. It is necessary. Treat your neighbors kindly. Be good to them. Sisters, your hostels, like those who are in school, like in the hostels, your left hand neighbor, your right hand neighbor, be good to them. Even those live in your family, like even your house, your neighbors, treat them kindly. It is very necessary. It is very important. It is essential. It is good to actually treat neighbors with good conduct. So next is interaction with your spouse. Among the qualities of a good wife is refraining from harassing, hurting, and irritating her hubby. Same as the husband too. Like it's vice versa. The Prophet said, if a man has a wife who harasses him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will neither accept a ritual prayer, that is salat, nor any other good deeds until she has pleased him. Even if she fasts and prays at all times, emancipates slaves, and gives away her wealth in charity for the sake of Allah, she will be the first to enter fire. So he also said, and the husband has the same body and chastisement if he is a harasser and is unjust. So please, let's endeavor to be nice to our spouse. That's a good means of interaction too. It is very necessary to be good to our spouse. Next is visiting one another as a means of social interaction. The hadith from the Prophet ﷺ has put a lot of emphasis on visiting one another. The idea behind visiting is to maintain cordial relationships, fulfilling needs, and shows an act of kindness, especially when visiting the sick and participating in their funerals, and helping them in good as well as restrained circumstances. In one of the verses, it stated, anyone who visits his brother for the sake of Allah, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, you have visited me, therefore your reward is upon me, and I will not be satisfied with a reward for you less than paradise. So sisters, visiting your fellow sister is a beautiful act of sunnah, and you will definitely earn rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like, you can just do a quick checkup, like a checkup on sisters, checking on their well-being, just to say salam. That is to check their well-being, if they're faring well, and all of that. It's a good act. It's a very beautiful act of sunnah, and you'll definitely be rewarded for it. And next one is friendship with non-Muslims. As a Muslim, you're allowed to take a non-Muslim or non-Muslims for acquaintances and friends. To be sincere towards them, and they be sincere towards you too. To help one another in fulfilling the needs of this life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in his noble book in Quran 60 verse 8 that Allah does not forbid you in regard to those who have not made war against you on account of your religion and have not driven you forth from your homes, that you show them kindness and deal with them justly. Surely Allah loves the doers of justice. When these kinds of friendship produce good results, it guarantees that the non-Muslim friend, neighbor or colleague and business partner will know about the values of Islam, and it will bring him or her closer to this upright religion. That is, you associating peacefully with them will actually motivate them instead. You don't have to be hostile or harsh or something. You can be friends with them on a peace note, and that will even impress them about your deen. Like, wow, it's a religion of peace, and that